So, how do you deal with rejection? Why not celebrate it? So we're talking today about rejection. And rejection is something we all deal with. We all have to deal with. It's part of life. And to do that, we're here in Founders Park, surrounded by public art and artists that have created these great, really cool pieces of artwork. But how did they get there? Well, it was trial and error, failing again and again and again, and being rejected, and getting to that point where they finally got something selected, and then building up their work over time. One of the coolest groups that deals with rejection, I was introduced to by a friend of mine who's a comic for The New Yorker, and he started sharing some of his work years ago with a group called The Rejection Show. Now, The Rejection Show, and you go check them out, rejectionshow.com. What they did was they found comics, artists, writers, people who were submitting scripts, filmmakers, and they got all these people together in a bar and an overhead projector, and they started sharing all of their work that had been rejected. So they would write a script for Saturday Night Live and it wouldn't get on air. So they would come and share that at the bar in front of their friends and colleagues. But what happened was all of these cool things that weren't accepted for whatever reason, maybe they weren't good enough, maybe they were awesome, but it just wasn't the right time or the right fit. Well, these were being shared by people in front of each other and encouraging them and making people laugh and making people smile and having people come together and celebrating rejection instead of what we normally do in our culture, which is say, wow, you got rejected, you suck. So how do we deal with rejection? Because we deal with it every day. And here's the number one thing you can do. First off is realize that it's going to happen. If you are not being rejected, if you're not pushing your content out, if you're not creating something that's being turned away, then you're probably not pushing hard enough, probably not creating something that's dramatically different. And you see that in everywhere from Fortune 500 companies all the way down to mom and pop businesses, is people are afraid of rejection. So the number one thing is, get over it. You're gonna get rejected, it's gonna happen. As a matter of fact, if you're not being rejected, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. The second thing is celebrate it. And I'm serious. If you go look at The Rejection Show, it's a great example of how people can come together and celebrate failure in a way that inspires you to try again. Because that's what it should do. Rejection should be a motivator to say, you know what can I do to be better the next time? Or to get this right the next time? Or to get it wrong again and then find another avenue to get there. So I would encourage you guys, please realize you're gonna be rejected. And secondly, celebrate it, because that's going to inspire you, motivate you to continue on and do something awesome. Get out there and get rejected. We'll see you next time on Think Jose Show. So, I want to know your greatest rejection story. Share it in the comments below, send it to me on Twitter, email it to me, put it in a hot air balloon in the sky, whatever you got to do. Tell me your rejection story. How have you been rejected? So, Robert, behind the camera, have you ever been rejected?
All the time.
Keith, what about you? Have you been rejected? Yes, we have. So share those stories in comments below, and I can't wait to see how we can encourage each other through this.